So we're going to use coordinate geometry to look at something called linear relationships. Okay? And linear relationships are often characterized by some sort of rate. So we're going to take a look at some examples here. Again, first of all, we want to make sure that we understand that are different ways that we can show relationships. We can show relationships of how two quantities are related in a table. Okay? Here we have seats and costs are related. We can show a relationship in a graph. We can show a relationship in an equation or a rule. And we can show a relationship in words. Okay. So in this example, it says the cost of floor seats to some concert is $125. So the calculation to calculate the cost is going to be cost equals $125 per ticket times the number of seats purchased. And our table looks like this. So our independent variable, okay, is going to be the x variable. So the independent variable is the number of seats. So that's what we call the independent variable. The dependent variable is the cost, because the cost depends on the number of seats we've purchased. Okay, so this is our independent variable x. This is our dependent variable, which goes on the y. And then we can graph these points. We can just plot these points. Okay, 0, 0. Let's say 1 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 seat. What kind of scale should we use here? Let's just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be 500 here. So we're going to have 1 seat was 125, 2 seats was 250, 3 seats was 375. And notice that we end up with a straight line pattern. Okay, so we have this multiplying relationship, okay, which gives us a straight line pattern. And this happens to be a rate, and a constant rate. So we end up with this constant rate giving us this pattern like this. Okay, this happens to be called a direct relationship since we are going through 0. And if you take a look at the table of values, the x and y are actually proportional to each other. So there's this idea of proportion. So we can express linear relationships, and not just linear relationships, but all relationships in words. We can do it as an equation, as a calculation. We can do it in the table of values. And we can do it as a graph, and they are all interrelated to each other.